What's up guys, AsFM here. Sorry for being gone for so long, but I'm back now, and in today's video, I'll be playing some Rainbow Six Siege with my friend Frexy. And throughout the clip, we ended up having kind of a debate over something, and I'd love to hear your opinions about it down in the comment section below. Now, it's time I stop my bantering and enjoy the clip. No one here, no one here, no one here, no one's here, no one's there, no one's there. No cam, no one's here. Someone's above me. I'm gonna grenade him. Watch this, you watch it.
See what I mean? Here's Wolfman.
Get out of my game! Out of leave. Ah! It's the same guy from Go. Yeah, it's the same guy.
Ready to breach.
Oh, what am I doing?
Just for a moment of your time, out of all seriousness, please subscribe and don't be like this hater in the corner who hates for no good real reason really, and be like this legend in the corner and join our community and family today. Otherwise you might turn out weird like that guy in the corner, and when you ask them why they hate, well, you'll notice they'll never give you a response, for there's no real reason. So please hit that like and subscribe button and enjoy the rest of the clip. Can you tell him I mean when you get to the high U's you're supposed to be more...
No, I already explained that.
Uh,
He said he doesn't agree with it.
Are you on crack?
To be honest with you, I don't totally agree with it as well.
Why? Nah, I don't care. I'm just intrigued. I want to hear your point of view.
Because I think it's good to let people judge you sometimes.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying they won't do it as often.
They will. They do it more than you.
No, not exactly. It doesn't work like that.
Alright.
As you get older, more judgments.
Every day.
You need to
Say,
protect the
I'm
hostage.
just. I'm giving this as an example, right?
Yeah, I know.
Every day you're looking in the mirror.
That's
Every
self-judgment.
day. You know, you judge yourself because it's your brain of thought. It's how you see yourself.
That's a
day.
different type of judgment.
No. Just get my point here. It's
I get what
nothing
you're
to do-
going here, but then you ask someone else and they see you differently as a personality.
Yeah, and they see you differently.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
different. One's more skill-wise, this is more mental-wise.
So you're my
Hostage
cutter.
location
That's
compromised. Down to
different.
10
Yours
seconds.
is, my version is skill-wise, yours is
You're my
mental.
cutter.
5 seconds to insertion.
Oh.
Hostage location compromised.
Big slow on it.
Careful assault.
Yours is more mental-wise, mine is more skill-wise.
So how's everyone's New
I
Year so
get
far?
it. It's just I want your opinion.
That's to mental. No, let me finish this before you ask.
On what?
Because in your version,
I would. So
in your-
say, would you allow someone to judge you over you judging yourself? That's what he says.
Excuse me?
So would you rather judge yourself, or would you rather let someone judge you?
I suppose I'd rather judge
Op
myself.
4, last operator
But
standing.
why is that?
Give me 1 second, I'm trying to concentrate. Hold up.
That's alright.
Below. To multitask.
Friendly's victorious.
but Taj, your version of what
Yeah.
you were more mental, mine's more skill. Let me explain. That
But that's judging
perspective.
people. Judging people is a mental
no,
thing.
but there's something.
happens-
No,
this
I'd
is
rather
like-
let other people judge me.
Okay, but there's some and then some things that are skill-wise. You can never build a skill if you always rely on others. You'll never be never. It's literally
not like that.
impossible. When you do other people, it's because you want their guidance, I guess, and you want their help. But mental-wise is not more towards skill. It's more towards self-esteem and all that. Well, the reason you ask other people is you don't. Sometimes there's some things you can't figure out. Like, am I a good singer? You could say you are, but you can't. Some things you can't self-judge. You can say you're a good singer, but to be a good singer, there's no such thing. There's
But
no.
then
There's no
people-
category or like list that says to be a good singer you have to have this. No, that's a judgment that people make, because it's not something that this is a fact if you have this. It's just what the people want.
That's more of a mental thing. Like, am I a good singer?
Is
Do I
it
look
an easier
good?
way? An easier way of saying that it's people are built on different values.
I guess, but not exactly.
It is exactly.
No,
It's you're
not
saying there's
exactly.
nothing. This is for your music analogy, singing analogy.
You need to keep the hostage secure. Fortify the room.
There's nothing in a list that says this is why you're a good singer. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why isn't that? Why is it that there's no list that says or what you need to have what you need to have to be a good singer?
Because everyone has different preferences,
Which are
which are their own preferences.
their
That's why
values.
asking other people is sometimes unreliable.
You see what I'm saying? It's I'm
Hostage
agreeing with you.
location
It's just a
compromised.
simpler way of saying it. People are built on different
10
values.
seconds to insertion.
Which is why you need to be able to focus on your own skills.
5 seconds to
Because if
insertion.
you're always relying on others, it's not always the best.
But if you're talking in the sense
Op 4
of
has located the hostage.
Someone
Attracting
that's
other
Prepare for
people.
better
contact.
than you. No, I'm talking about the English thing.
you might cut out today.
I'm talking about the English thing.
Yeah, no, I know, but like that analogy, it can't be used everywhere. You know what I mean? It can't be used in every
Yeah, I'm
situation.
talking about skill. I'm talking about this specific situation.
Yeah, I'm talking about this. I'm saying it cannot be used in the situation that my friend's in.
What the? No, I'm talking about the English one.
Yeah,
No, because you said no, but I kind of just.
but you're it's an analogy. It has to be put into context.
I meant for. I thought you still talking about an assignment thing, just in general.
No, I'm talking about of what am I talking about? I'm talking about judging. Yeah, if you should judge yourself or not.
Okay, give me a sec. Sorry.
On the objective.
Friendly, last
Oh
operator
my
standing.
God.
That guy should have died. Judging in
We
general.
could lose this. We could lose this game.
No, we're not gonna lose this game. Well, that's horrible.
All friendlies
When it
were
comes to
eliminated.
judging,
Mission
though,
failure.
right? Judging itself, like it depends what specifically. If it's skill-wise, I'm determined about this. I don't care what anyone says. Me personally, skill-wise, you have to
can't lose
learn
this,
that
boys,
yourself.
come on.
You can build it off others and then use their example to make yours based on that, but you can make tweaks. But in the end, I guess the values thing's right. You make your own values. You can use others to help yours, but that's why when you get to the higher years, you get less assistance, because you're supposed to build those values as you go up the years, and year 11 and 12 is more testing your values and seeing if they're good enough for like a job or university
Yeah,
or whatever
but
you're going
if
for.
you're gonna use that analogy, if you're gonna use year 11 and 12, what they're seeing is how you have adapted them values that were given to you by other people.
Yeah. But
You need to
there's
keep the
nothing
hostage
to that.
secure.
though. You have to
Fortify the
say
room.
more than
The
that.
the point is that other people have a significant difference in helping you grow and in
Yeah,
building you.
but that's when you're younger.
You guys like my phone?
Aren't you guys in year 12 now?
Yeah. What I mean is like you use that, like I'm saying, if you're gonna use that analogy that year 11 and 12 is testing you, but you're saying that you have to build your own thing. I'm saying you can't. It's not. It contradicts itself.
Not really. One's saying
It
when
does.
you're
Down to 10
younger,
seconds.
it builds, and when you're older, you practice it. It's not contradicting.
Down to 5
But
seconds.
if you're just building on what other people say at young, like when you're young, it's just you're gonna grow up to have
Hostage
their
location secure.
what they built you to be.
No, you grow to what you decided is your values based on what could
Yeah, but
be
if
someone
everyone's
else's.
feeding you different,
And what happens is when you're older, you start building on not trying to get more values, but you start building on your own values.
what I will look like how I look at this is
Oh my gosh!
sorry,
No,
distracting you.
it's down the stairs. Up the stairs.
Acting mine!
I don't think she knows who that is.
What?
Honestly, I can't even tell you how that did. See, isn't reflex more easy to control though, or is that just me? Be honest.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
How the have to kill me?
You saw the Jews to your left.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know that someone else. I thought she went back in, so I went to flank. Yeah.
You were saying
So,
before? Yeah.
so how I look at things is, you need people to judge you.
Do you say you need or you don't need?
You need people to judge you.
Not really.
You do.
No,
You really do.
You really don't, though. If you think about it, people like the perfect example. What's his name? How did I forget Einstein?
Mhm.
Right? He was built on. Think about it. All judgment could be positive or negative, which obviously builds you or not. Einstein lived a negative influence, and do you think he's gonna take values from bad things? You're bad, pathetic, you're garbage, you're no good, you're dumb, you're a Jew. You think he's gonna take those values? No.
Those are not values.
No, those are considered values.
What you
Self-values.
value in someone is what you value. It's a value.
Let's
It's
define
worth
value
something.
here. Value isn't just valuing. Doesn't just mean for other people. Value does not just mean how good the quality or quantity is. It's just a thing itself that describes something or someone. It doesn't only
It's
go for
something
someone.
that
Op 4 last.
you adhere to. It's something that you agree with. It's something that you follow. It's very hard to.
Yeah, but from that analogy, for your description, it's something you follow. He could have followed those beliefs that others have put into his head, or values. Like how he's a dumb
Value
Jew.
is something that you find significant.
Yes, you can have negative values as well as positive
You
values.
can, and you can.
42
But
seconds
what I'm
left.
saying is, calling him a Jew and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's not a value. That's not value. It has
That
nothing to do.
is
That's
a negative
about
value.
time.
It's not a negative value.
It is a negative value.
Saying it's a negative value, it means that being Jewish is negative.
No, that you're saying no. You're taking this the wrong way. I'm not. So you're looking at it if someone's a Jew, or since they called them a Jew, it's considered
Sorry,
bad
Makada.
value. You're seeing it the wrong
15
way.
seconds
You're
left.
thinking since someone called them a Jew,
They're gonna rush.
it's considered a bad value since he's a
10
Jew. But
seconds.
the reason that it's a bad
Good
value
job, boys.
is because of
Successful.
centuries.
I believe
As
it.
centuries go by, the canons,
It's a
or
death.
the important
You're
things during
not-
that time
you're not-
changes.
You're not understanding me. I'm saying.
No, but you're saying,
saying
by calling him a
seeing-
Jew, that's a bad thing. No, but this is different context. We have to look at a mindset that was back then. You can't use a modern time set and then compare it to a past time set. You have to have a past mindset and think about the past. In the past, Jews were considered bad, wicked, evil, devils, blah blah blah. And if you were
They
a
weren't.
Jew, yeah,
They
they
weren't.
really were. In the past, they
But
really
some
were.
minority.
There's even a whole religion against Jews. There's words against Jews. There's literally cultures against Jews. There's literally cults against Jews.
There's cults against Christianity.
Yeah, but how many?
There's cults against Islam.
How many?
There's cult.
How many? There's not
Oh,
a
we
lot.
don't know how many, do you? Because
No,
there's
you're
also
right. But I know
prehistory.
for a fact there's more for Jews. Maybe Muslims, maybe. And but not because they hate the Muslims, but because of religion, specifically.
All I'm saying is Jews, alright? They had their own values. Everyone has their own values. If you want to talk about religion or something, people have values in their religion. Yeah. Taking my medicine. that that other people might not value, but because other people might not see it as a positive thing, doesn't mean it's not it's not positive. You know what I'm trying to say?
But that's what I meant before when I said he wouldn't take that value.
Yeah, but you're complicating it too much, Judy.
I'm really not though.
You
I'm
are.
trying to help you understand, but it's
I
like
understand, but because you're complicating it, I'm not sure where you're going with.
like what I mean is like you're similar to what you said, but not exactly. Your one you're saying it's like kind of, but not really. Like he didn't take that value. That's what I meant. That negative value. But just because that value is, I get what you mean now. Now that you explain that way, I understand how you're seeing it. When I say it's a
You're
negative,
my cutout.
now that you say that, I understand how you're seeing it. When I say negative value, I'm not saying if you're a Jew is categorized in negative value. No, I'm just saying they're using that value negatively to make it a negative value, which he didn't take.
But that's why they say values can go both ways. It's how you.
Yeah, that's what I meant though, but I guess I didn't
But
explain
that's why
it
you
well
need
enough.
people to judge you.
No, but that's why you can't always rely on that, because
You
not
can't. I
all
never said you
values...
should always rely on it. I said that
Yeah,
you
but
need
that's
people.
also why you don't need it. Self-reliance is good enough. That gets you far. Having a strong mindset and having a good momentum and having good
But
goals and
say when
understanding
put it
yourself is what gets you there. Other people don't help you understand yourself. Going with other
that
people...
can be used. That I'm sorry to interrupt, but that can be used in different it can't be used in all situations. Nothing can be used in all situations in that context. So say in my friend's situation, if he doesn't get the judgment that he needs or that people give him, he can't build on that and he can't make it positive.
That's why when you're
So
young...
it's always gonna be that one negative thing about him.
That's why when you're younger, like I said before, that's when those values from others actually matter. But when you get
Yes, but it's gonna matter
older...
for all your years.
No, that's not true. If I was an old lady, do you think me hanging out with young kids are gonna change my values much? Who do you think's more wise and has more experience and has more understanding and has more values? The older lady or the younger kids?
Depends.
No, no, it doesn't. These people,
I'm telling you,
she's seen the world. She's experienced. She has been through stuff for 90 years. Let's say she's 90. These kids who, let's say, 18, only
oh,
18 years. I'm,
18.
I,
That's
I said
people.
young
If you're
kids. I
talking,
said that. Old and young. That's literally what I said. I didn't
you're gonna
complicate
cut
it.
out, Tootie.
I literally said that though. I didn't complicate that. An old woman with
No,
young
no,
kids. I said
I get what
that.
you're saying. I get what you're saying. But then again, you can't put that in every context in every situation
Okay,
because
let's say... Yeah, yeah,
if you look at kids, for example, in the 600s, they were married, the, less than 8, 14, 13, 12, 9.
Uh-huh.
They were all married. They were all mature.
Mhm. And you know why that changed? Because
Because people have
older,
different values.
because people who were older and followed their values from when they were younger kept to their values, and then so many people agreed with the similar value that it changed.
What?
Because when they were... You know why it changed? Because when they were younger and started growing up and actually experienced it and had others to guide them, they gained these values. And as they grow up, they built on their own values through themselves, when then grouped up with other people with similar values through other experiences
That's
to
what I'm saying.
change.
You need people to judge you.
Yeah, but I'm saying when you're younger, not older. That's my point. You're saying
But
throughout whole
it
life.
doesn't
I
matter
don't
though,
agree with that.
because
No,
because in that context, when they were like in the 600s, when they were 9, 12, 13, 14, they were considered an adult.
I'm
You know
not
what I mean?
saying these young people are doing it though. Back then, young voices meant nothing. If you can tell me at least 10 young people that made a difference from... I'll listen. But like, most
So
people
your
who
mic keeps cutting out.
But what you're saying is these people, when they grew up, made the difference. They never made it when they were young. It's a...
No, no, no. I'm saying they kept building on top of it,
Yes, by
and they
themselves.
need no
No,
because the
they
reason they keep
got the ideas and
if
values
you
through others
if
and
you
themselves.
if you keep valuing the same things you value, you're not going to change.
That's why you build on values.
With
That's why
other people
categories
judging you,
exist. No,
with
not like
other
that.
people's values,
No,
with
you don't always have to
adaptation.
be through judgment. It could be just through seeing something.
It can, but mostly I'm talking about. Uh,
You
say,
don't need judgment.
say,
Most people these days change due to modern times. Back then they changed because of beliefs. Now it's still beliefs or technology or what friend groups, right? But when you get older,
science as well.
science. Yeah, true. But then as you get older, those things are what build you and help you change. And those still change you, but not really. Like some do
Yeah,
more
but
than
there's
others.
still a change.
Yeah, but most of it's
But that's what I'm
due
trying to
to
say.
yourself.
The people will be having, they will be continuously getting that will continuously be valuing different things.
But then who
Think of
makes
it
the
as a
change in the
universe.
end of the day? Yourself or
Think of
someone
it.
else?
Think of it as a universe.
Okay.
We rely on oxygen. Oxygen for the Earth. Earth for the sun. Sun for the it's quantum mechanics, some bullshit like that. I don't even know, bro. There's a video on it, or what the universe relies on. If you're religious, the whole thing relies on top of God. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, so, so continuously say this one value is like oxygen that relies upon another value, sun, I mean the earth, and then that relies on a bigger value, sun, and that relies on an even bigger value. You know what I mean? So they keep building, building, and building, and building, and building, and building, and they'll never stop building, and 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 building,
Okay,
and
I
building.
understand.
Do you get my point now?
But then if you're gonna say that, think of it as like the Quran or the Bible or whatever. Does that ever
Secure the area,
change?
keep the
When you
bombs
read, if I
protected.
picked up a Quran over time, will the words in it ever change?
No.
It will say the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those values aren't changing. It means the same. No,
because
no, no,
people
no, no,
are
no, no,
ju-
wait,
people
let
are
me finish though.
judging
Let
it
me finish
differently.
though.
That's different.
No, it's not. You didn't even let me explain. I just said that, and you were like, by the way. That book, or the whichever religion you are, and whatever you do, it says the same thing every time. Same values, same meaning, blah blah blah. And yes, people can take it
10
differently
seconds to insertion.
depending what they went through younger, and that is what I'm saying. When you're younger and you go through things, you get different you pick up different values, which makes you see things
Increased surveillance
differently.
on bombs.
But then
Op
as
4
you
has
grow
the
up,
diffuser.
you tend to keep to those values and build on them specifically. And the only time this can change is if your values are truly wrong and you just don't notice it. I have a perfect story, but I don't think you'll know it,
I
so
get
it
what you're
won't make
saying
sense.
now because of one thing you said. You build on them values specifically. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying now. I get it. Yeah, that's right.
What did you think I meant?
So I thought you meant like you just don't change values. You just never change it.
No, I'm saying your values they're similar, but you build on them specifically. I've been saying that so many times.
No, but you just complicate things.
I'm so
I'm
dead.
not- I'm-
This guy's a revolver, it's a Monte. Oh man, bucking Montang downstairs in the thing. Because it's like, what I was trying to say is like, actually I want to spectate you. There you are. What I was trying to say was, when you're younger, it's what you determine on what values you pick up. But then once you grow up, the values you pick up stay, but they don't stay exactly the same. You build on them until eventually,
Okay.
and they're always being built on. They won't change, but they'll be built on. It's
No, I
like
get what you're
it's
saying.
like genetics. You can't just change them. It doesn't work like that. Your genetics adapt and change over time. But there's a time where they just can't adapt anymore. I mean, not adapt. They just can't change. They'll modify what they have already, but they can't just change. It's like evolution. Our eyes, I don't know if you know this, our eyes, what receives light, instead of, you know there's things in our eyes that receive light? You know, instead of being directed towards the outside of our eye, it's directed towards the inside of our eye? That's why we have a blind spot. Did you ever know that?
Op 4 last stop standing.
Well,
There's
nah, not really.
Due to that,
Four
since
eliminated.
our
Mission
eyes
successful.
modified it to where what receives light is towards inner body instead of the outer body, that's why we have a blind spot and can't see exactly everything. And that's not something we
Oh,
can
so you
change.
mean because we can see through our eyes?
Well, I'm trying to, this is hard to explain, because I saw like a picture which made it so much easier to understand. Let's say there's the back of our eye. Okay, this is a better way of saying it. The thing that receives light doesn't aim towards the outer of our eye, but aims at the back of our eyes, so it's harder for it to receive light. That's why we have a blind spot. You know that thing where there's a dot on the left, a plus on the right, and if you look at the plus you can't see the dot, or if you look at the dot that's why we have a blind spot. And that can never change over time, because it's so deep into that evolution. You just can't change it. But what we can do is modify it to make it better. That's what I'm kind of trying to say. Like, over time, our body chose those values because that's what they thought
Secure
was
the area.
best.
Keep the bombs protected.
But then, after they chose those values, they slightly modify it for what
But-
makes it better.
But
That's,
again, I'm saying you can't use that for every situation.
Op 4
You're
has
gonna have to
located
change
a
your
bomb.
values.
Plan your defenses
You're gonna have to
accordingly.
see. You're gonna have to have a perspective differently to what you originally thought, depending on the situation.
that's why when you're younger or originally starting, these values and choices
No,
are
but
made.
if you're gonna be getting older, new situations,
Yeah, but when you get older, those values still stick, but they get modified. They're not exactly
10
the
seconds
same.
to insertion.
okay, I do agree with you, but there's a deeper. You have to have a.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Ready
It's
for
more.
hostile action.
Your thing is more. You know, yeah, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not. This is like
Nah,
it's like a friendly debate. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine, yeah.
It's too simplistic. There's a deeper. There's a deeper. How do I say? Way of understanding.
Of course there is a deeper understanding, but to go into that mindset would be here for weeks or months. People's jobs are literally to figure these things out. This is not something you... Going to a deeper level like you're saying, that doesn't just take a couple of hours or minutes or days to explain or agree on or argue on. That's something people argue over years and years, and they still do
Yeah.
till this day.
But that's what I'm trying to say. There's always different.
But I'm
I
talking about it
agree
in
with you.
this...
Let's
Yeah,
just leave it simplistic.
that's what I'm trying to say. Simplistic
Yeah.
you can talk about and have a conversation over. When we come to the more detailed and complicated parts, there's people that still talk about it for years and years and years and still have not agreed on. So even if we argue about it, no one's right, because there's no determined answer. But if you think about it, no one's ever right. You can be more right, but you can't be right.
One friendly
Wait,
operator
what?
remaining.
Probably should have told you, he's on the skylight.
So anyway, should I message this guy back?
What was the last message you sent?
Sorry.
What was the last message you sent?
Let me see. Oh, he said he doesn't agree.
Oh, I'm not bothered to have a second
Op 4 has
argument.
located a bomb.
I just tell him you're not seeing the full picture, and I'll get it from you, don't worry. Mate, I'll just help you. I'll just tell him I'll help you with it.
Yeah.
Just over. I'll just invite him to do that.
Op 4 last stop standing.
Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. Big thanks to Frexy for coming in and joining me this time. And just know, the argument was all good fun. And thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.